Hey, hello, it's time for a fairy tale trail where dolls' little secrets and shadows prevail. Melissa's collection now opens its doors, where plastic hearts beat like they're truly yours.
Hi guys, so you catch me again. I'm again playing with my dolls, as usual. But today I am very excited to tell you, guys, you wouldn't believe, we have over 100 subscribers, and that's a lot of people. And yeah, there is more people than I have dolls in my closets, and that's crazy. Because of this accomplishment, I was thinking, and I gathered every doll and invited them to show themselves, maybe tell about themselves or about the closet, you will see. But I wanna start with me. So I am a custom doll that is representation for our channel. I am like mini-me, you know, and what I can say about myself, I like cats, I really love them. I have 4 plastic friends, like furry plastic friends. And also, I get very mad when they are pulling my hair, because my hair is made out of human hair.
Hi, I'm Jake. I'm the first Ken to join the collection and the first collectible doll. I'm basically laid back, although I'm willing to bend plastic for my friends and partner. A lot has changed since I joined, and I honestly can't keep up with them. The biggest change for me was the arrival of my silicone babies. They are triplets, Saloon, Solaris, and Snow. I always wanted to be a father but was never sure if I could handle it, but my partner Amber stepped into the role with ease. If it weren't for the support of friends and family, I think I would have lost track of this growing collection.
They woke me up so early, so what was I supposed to do? An interview. You know, I usually don't like being the center of attention, although many here accuse me of something else. I owe it all to my reputation for love. My first partner, Gabby, was quite the influencer, then my BFF Jack's viral relationship with Amber, a doll-tube drama star, started it all. There were always events and meetings, and my music career also started attracting attention. I would miss playing in bars if it weren't for my other half, Yuma. She's a true star on stage, I wouldn't want to drag her down. And what do I call myself? I'm blue-gray, but my friends just call me Blue.
Thank you so much for the invitation. My name is Tara, and I'm one of the first few dolls to start this collection in 2018, along with Jake and Blue. Our beginnings were slow. We had plenty of time to get to know each newcomer. Now I miss that. I try to welcome each newcomer and help them as best I can. Unfortunately, I don't always succeed. We used to be one big family, but over 2 years ago the friction and divisions began, and they're only getting worse. I used to be mayor, but now I feel like I don't have the capacity to take on a leadership role, when I don't know what the residents of the closet want. Will this ever end, this influx of newcomers? I doubt it. I just wish everyone had their time to shine.
My name is Mia. I'm a tall doll and a model. I work a lot, but in my free time I love teasing my roommate, Carmen. We're both in the same industry, and the competition for castings can be lethal. Sabotage is familiar to neither of us, but without bragging, I have more videos under my belt. I hope my streak continues. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of parties, but if they can help my career, I never say no. I'm motivated to reach the top.
They asked me to tell you a little about myself, so here I am. I'm a volleyball player by profession. Sport is very important to me. However, I separate my career and my personal life. I'm still discovering my personal style, which isn't easy when I spend 90% of my time in sportswear and flats. I'm quite close to Minji because she used to be a tennis player, with the emphasis on the former. The world of wardrobe has changed her. Now she's a highly regarded dancer, which I also consider an incredible achievement. I'm actually envious of her transformation. I'm still waiting for me, too, to finally develop and find my calling.
Hey, it's Beth. I'm one of the dolls from the so-called elite, the unavailable trio. Melissa, Patricia, and I set trends and make history. We live a luxurious life. Parties, trips, and drama. But the most important thing is that we stick together. The girls are very supportive to me, while to others we're cold and unattainable. This helps us not to let ourselves be taken advantage of. Personally, I love impromptu outings. Lots of new Kens, good music, and new memories help me feel happy.
Shinie here. I stream and play games, and I love building communities, though I'm generally an introvert. I'm passionate about fashion and I'm not afraid to take risks. My lifestyle is dictated by the presence of my boyfriend Brad. Or rather, his absence. Military service is noble, and I would never encourage him to abandon what he loves. However, sometimes I feel lonely, and then I put on my headphones and go online. In the near future, I'd like to spend as much time as possible with my partner, because there's never enough of him. And maybe I'd expand our family with a furry friend. If you get to know me, you'll know I have a very soft heart. I get emotional easily and am a softie.
Finally, it's my turn. My name is Melissa, just like this channel. And I was supposed to be its face, but of course, it was stolen from me. Not only is Shinie on our avatar, but a mini-me of our collector was also created. It's no exaggeration to say I feel like I'm being erased. I served as mayor after Terra for a while. However, I was removed from that too. Over time, I feel like this is an attack on the elite to level the playing field, but I disagree. Incapable of giving more than just some ordinary hybrid doll. And I intend to prove it, mark my words.
Name, Patricia. Professionally, I'm a model and style innovator. I'm passionate about attracting light and attention. I never smile because it causes wrinkles. My beauty and how I present myself are extremely important to me. I don't go out with just anyone. Friendships and relationships must be stable and profitable. I don't play the modesty or good-natured game. I won't whitewash my image. I've reached the top thanks to my beauty and personality, and I have no intention of changing that. Maybe they call me cold and harsh. And maybe they're right, so if you have nothing to offer, don't waste my time.
My name is Naomi. I'm a top model. I maintain professionalism regardless of the job or its prestige. I don't build relationships based on the benefits I can derive from them, but rather on trust. Unfortunately, in this industry, you can get burned. It's happened to me too often, but I try not to make a big deal out of it. I was blessed with beauty, and I can't waste it, so even though my job causes a lot of stress and all the relationships are artificial, I still push forward. I dream of relaxation and the ability to believe that others can be honest. For now, however, that remains a dream.
Blogger and stylist Sarah here. I've been here long enough to notice the changes the collection has undergone. I tend to take more positives from them. I try to be optimistic, although sometimes it's hard. My two best friends, Mickey and Blue, have drifted apart due to their partners and new acquaintances. I'm also looking for my own space and love. Did I mention I'm a huge romantic? Unfortunately, I'm also permanently single and have been for life. So I hope the influx of new dolls will help me find what I'm looking for, a soulmate to share shelf space with.
Living in a closet requires many sacrifices. The sun is one of them. I know it can damage plastic and discolor it, but sometimes I dream of simply soaking up the moment in its pleasant rays. It's hard to find a corner for yourself. It's important to surround yourself with dolls who understand you well and are kind to each other.
They call me one of the newbies here. Honestly, I don't care. I'm new here, it's true, but that doesn't put me off. There's still plenty of room in the closet. Only dolls accustomed to vast spaces complain. Each one has its own space, and there's more of it than in the original box. Besides, I remind you that they recently moved from a smaller closet and now it's still impossible to please them.
I have to admit, I'm nervous about this interview, so it's better to rip the band-aid off now. I'm involved in one of the first controversies and dramas that ever arose in the closet. You know, my first body used to belong to a doll that also had my name. She was an official member of the closet and appears in most of the older photos. I don't know why the collector bought me and got rid of her head, but I have my own consciousness. I have my own life and I stick to it, although sometimes I feel sorry for Jake. He lost his first love back then. But I try to distance myself from those negative thoughts. Eventually my body moved on and I got a new one that fits better. Although my name still reminds, I know that I am still important. Are we worth having a wardrobe even if we don't have the original parts? This question was asked by my partner, who didn't have a matching skin and a movable body. Previously, only dolls made to move could stay in the wardrobe. Now we've expanded to include less articulated individuals. Mayo even introduced non-original bodies. And I must admit, as a seamstress, I'm incredibly excited about these changes. They allow me to expand my range of outfit creations.
I came here to live in the closet temporarily. Or at least that was the intention. However, my hand-painted face, made by our collector, has melted the hearts of many. I'm the same doll as Terra and I know I'm no competition. And I wouldn't even want to be. I like and respect Tara very much, so I'm happy to call her my sister. We may not be super close and we have quite a few differences, but I will always see her as an idol. If you're interested in what I do, I'm not as ambitious as Tara. I spend my time telling fortunes and advising those who need it, and come to me for it.
I don't like attention drawn to me. I prefer to be useful in other ways. I'm a traditionalist, though that hasn't stopped me from finding true love. Even though I can't spend as much time with her as I'd like, mainly because of work, I want her to be happy with me. I'm slowly preparing to propose, but I wouldn't want us to be the first couple to get married in the closet. It would attract too much attention. Besides, there are many older couples here, some even have silicone children. So they deserve priority in this matter.
I'm Chase. I still don't really know what to do with myself here. In searching for my calling in favor of other dolls. Maybe a hobby or a job. Nothing yet. A lot of people praise my rare face. But I don't want it to define who I am. I want to feel good at something, and I expect to find it in the closet among others like me. If I don't find it, it's simple. I'll keep looking. Maybe I'm not as motivated to try every day because I love sleep and rest. However, I don't feel rushed, and I think that's a good thing.
I love drama. I keep up with every news. I like order and peace in my life, but curiosity has never hurt me. I have a lot of free time because my partner manages our businesses. He adores me. He even named a coffee shop after me and won't close it down, even if it's not profitable, because I like coming there in the mornings and having coffee. It's probably the most romantic gesture I could have imagined. For him, I don't poke my nose into other people's business, at least not enough to cause us problems. He has enough stress. Besides, I get frustrated easily, and I might get offended often, but not for long. I try to maintain harmony in our lives.
I'm a football player. And a prankster at that. My undeniable goofiness has caused the breakdown of several of my relationships. Well, they shouldn't fall in love with my smile if it later irritates them. I'm easygoing and straightforward, which is why I have a small circle of friends. Which doesn't bother me at all. I would rather have a few laid-back dolls with a sense of humor than a throng of stuck-up plastics tweaking my every outfit to make me look just how they want. I'm not a fashionista, though I do have a weakness for beautiful, well-groomed women who know how to dress. As you can imagine, I've had a fair few ugly breakups. I don't feel ready for love or anything more serious. Definitely not after my last relationship with Gabby. She had me completely wrapped around her finger. For a while, I completely stopped being myself. I owe my awakening from this nightmare to my closest friend, Samson. He's my spiritual and party brother. I can always count on him, and it's important to have someone like him in my closet.
Sweet guy, heartbreaker, maybe so. Maybe others just see what they want to see to create their own made-up drama. My name is Toby. My first relationship was with a much older doll, for which I received a lot of criticism. Everyone was betting I would leave her, but oh well. She cheated on me with a guy who reminded her of her old flame from before the collection. It hurt and I still feel a little bad about it, but I don't have any issues with it. I learned a lot from it, and my current relationships, although they are not as intense and emotional, are definitely healthier.
A doll for special tasks. Hey, it's Jameson here. I joined when the channel was founded, so they still call me brand new. I'm not a super collectible or an irreplaceable shelf item. That's why they often take me on construction trips to check if something is being done to scale. I might stumble upon glue, paint, sunlight, or sharp tools, but that's how I know I'm needed. And honestly, that's enough for me.
I miss the full articulation, sure. Does it bother me sometimes? That's right. Does it stop me from having fun? Quite the opposite. My friends Eric, JJ, Samson, and I enjoy life to the fullest. Nothing brought me more laughter than goofing around with them. To surprise everyone, I don't miss Margot. Although she caused quite a stir when we joined the collection, I quickly dropped out. She was the star and another drama queen. And I'm not just an accessory so she can use me, so I did not play along. Was that fair? But who's to decide? I stayed and she left the collection within a few months. Well, maybe that's karma?
If I'm to tell you something about myself, it's worth mentioning that I was hand-painted and traveled a long, long way in a package to find my new home. Here, I was warmly welcomed, given a name and my own corner in the closet. Here, I'm often in front of the camera, and although I prefer to avoid attention, I'm grateful for all of it. I still dream of the amazing places and friendships that await me. You could say I'm a dreamer, but I've already dreamed of a lot. I even recently got a sister, an older one. And that was an amazing day that surprised me positively.
In front of the camera is me, JJ. I'm quite strong on the outside, but I also have a soft side. I like to be taken care of. I'm a rather quiet person. I won't say much about closet. It can be really wild, interesting, and surprising. Is that it? Can I go now?
Why do I have to be here? I don't feel like being here. I had other plans. But since I must, I'll introduce myself. My name is Carmen, and I've been in the collection for a year. Not long enough for them not to stare at you like you're a new intruder. Honestly, I don't care. It's enough for me that I live with the world's most annoying doll. She works in modeling, just like me, but her false optimism is bothering me. She's always trying to get noticed and tries to take all my work away because we're both tall, blonde collectible Barbie dolls. It's annoying.
I'm a tattoo artist, and I can tell you that getting a tattoo as a doll can be the best or worst decision someone can make. You see, tattoos are permanent. Even if someone tries to remove them, something usually remains. This type of customization can reduce the value. It can also ruin someone's appearance. But it's a way to avoid giving the body to someone else, although such cases have occurred. So I would suggest caution on this matter, unless you've been in the collection for years, in which case you are safe.
Well, I have big head syndrome, which is a complex of mine. I try to hide it, but my thinning hair doesn't help. I feel like my place is threatened. Especially since I don't have full articulation made to move, and the body I was given belonged to Margot, or as others called her, Harley. I have numerous tattoos from her. I try to stay out of trouble so I don't share her fate.
Do we have to do this separately? I simply miss my precious one already. Nancy and I are inseparable. We are connected not only by our beginning in a shared box. Our shared unboxing and metamorphosis have made us even more compatible. We are connected by perfect love and affection, so please return my little angel to me. I am incomplete without her, just as she is without me. And I will not comment on her solo performances. I no longer consent to them, and that's that.
I don't think Nathan is possessive. He just loves me very much, and I care about him too. I know that if I ask him hard enough, he'll let me do anything. Maybe we have trust issues in our relationship because of that photo shoot where I posed with another guy. Maybe those poses were a bit risky. But he's still the only one that matters to me. I don't think that will change.
So, I'm Ted. I'm Tara's partner and a happy chef. I like our life the way it is, but I'm planning a change. I'm a bit envious of Amber and Jake's kids, so now I'm trying to convince my other half to have a few. Maybe not 3 at once, but who knows? I've always been a family guy.
Career, shine, fame. It takes a lot of work. My sweat, tears, and scratches on the plastic show it. I wasn't created with talent. I earned success as a stage performer. I allowed my hair to be modified to stand out more, and am willing to make more sacrifices. I want to create amazing songs that will melt even the most petrified hearts. I want to set a good example. I'm not a collector doll. I was just an ordinary fashionista. My first body had the basic 5 points of articulation, and now I have a made-to-move body. I can sit down, bend my knee, and even touch my ear with my fingers. I can do what I love, and it'll work even harder, so you'll hear more about me.
I was a princess, a student, and later even a judge. When it comes to the law, no one knows it better than I do. However, even I don't understand love. I wish I hadn't made rash decisions, but my heart doesn't listen to my head. There's only one thing I regret and can't forgive myself for, so given the opportunity to speak here, I will be brief. I apologize, Toby.
Hello everyone. I am Ryan. Yes, the perfect Ken from film, and I am perfect here too. I don't limit myself to one beauty. Nothing limits me here except maybe the fact that I'm still waiting for my made-to-move body. I can't believe others are getting theirs faster than me. I'm a star. Even my only official relationship, which, let's be honest, ends and begins constantly, is prestigious. Patricia and I are a perfect match at the top of our elite in collection. And don't let anyone here mention Johnny to me. He doesn't have that much shine to him. But in the world of spotlights, there has to be this angelic Ken with beautiful hair and a wide smile, and this dark bad boy who is praised for even winking. I can blink too, and even more gracefully.
A few things surprised me about this collection. It seems to me that the dolls are divided into their own groups and rarely venture outside of them. From the beginning, I felt quite strange here. As a custom doll, I immediately felt a sense of belonging in this custom group, but I did like to feel part of a whole. I think it would be easier for us to break down this system of rarity and prestige if we all join forces. Because of this class division, it seems to me that the dolls are not entirely happy. At first I also wanted to just follow the rest. I tried to fit in. But I still don't feel at home here. And I believe I'm not the only one who feels this way.
So, does being made of plastic prevent us from feeling? Does the lack of a nervous system prevent us from feeling pain? Can we be hurt by severing our limbs and ripping off our heads? Do we breathe without lungs? Do we even breathe at all? Why do we think if we have no brains? Do the tattoos on my arm mean anything? Do I matter at all? I keep wondering as the days pass. Despite this, I am grateful for every moment and spend it with a smile and open arms. I am Samson, and with me everyone will find comfort.
Filippo is my name. I have a rather twisted past. The military, modeling, manual labor, the red carpet, tumultuous relationships. Well, I'm constantly changing, and a haircut and numerous tattoos are just visual changes. I would like to believe that I have wised up, that the influx of new dolls means new opportunities to start. For a good first impression. For new acquaintances.
Poetry. In a closet lined with velvet dreams, I rest among 1,000 seams, plastic faces, painted bright, eyes so shiny that catch the light. Am I a whisper, just one more, a single shell on an endless shore? A drop dissolved in an endless sea, or something deeper that dwells in me? In the silence, faint and small, a trembling hope begins to call, that even dolls, with fragile art, might learn the weight of a beating heart.
I may be petite, but that doesn't mean you should look down on me. My name is Irene. I'm Samson's partner, and although I sometimes get frustrated with his carefree nature, I think he's the best doll I've ever seen in this collection. As for me, I enjoy meeting other dolls, chatting, trying new sweets, sharing new trends, and gossiping. I love setting myself new challenges, pushing the boundaries of what I can achieve. However, I also dream of a peaceful and happy family. And that's what I wish for everyone who joins our closet shelves.
Fun, chaos, parties. There's a lot of me everywhere. I'm Piper. I may seem cute, but I can also bite. I'm very playful. I like to cause chaos and spread gossip. I have many friends, but they're mostly Ken dolls, obviously. I don't get along very well with other Barbies. Plus, I'm a bit afraid of our neighbors on the bottom shelf of the closet. They're monster high dolls. And I really admire their style, but their enormous heads give me chills. Sometimes I hear one of them fall over. I'm not surprised, given their balance and their incredibly high platforms or stilettos. I'm glad my proportions aren't so unrealistic.
If you're looking for someone to give you the manicure of your dreams, you can keep searching. I use simple patterns and colors, but I do them well. My name is Vi. Through my work, I meet tons of dolls every day. Those who are considered the first in the collection, the elite of rare and hard to find or incredibly expensive dolls, all those hybrids trying to find their place here. A bunch of custom dolls, or even nostalgic queens. They all have one thing in common, besides a shared closet, of course. They all complain about each other, and I have to listen. That's why I started wearing headphones to work.
It's nice. I'm glad I found a moment to drop by and say hello. Well, I'm a workaholic and I really enjoy it. Of course, that doesn't mean I don't enjoy spending time with my loved ones, quite the opposite. But for them to live comfortably, I have to give my all, especially since Jake made me godfather to his 3 children. One thing definitely sets me apart. I have two names, and it's quite a funny story. I was first named Mike, but later changed to Arthur, which caused a mess in the paperwork, so I decided to keep both names.
Hi everyone. My name is Yo. I'm currently the tallest Ken, even though my body is from AliExpress. I don't like to stand out like that, but there was no other option. I've been with this collection for a while now, and when I got here I had to have the made-to-move body, and unfortunately my skin tone doesn't exist. So I spent most of my time in a completely ill-fitting body, covering my hands and neck to avoid glare. This didn't bother me as I was mainly helping others develop. I spent a lot of time behind the camera. Over time, however, it became more noticeable and became a problem, and I didn't want to risk being separated from my beloved, who supports me unconditionally to this day. For that, I'm grateful. I'm glad there are more and more different dolls among us. It allows me to blend in better and feel safer.
So, there's quite a bit of buzz about me. And there's not much to say. I've only been here for a year, and in that year I've done nothing but relax and avoid drama. Having received the title of the most desired doll in the collection, unfortunately a group of dolls gathered around me who wanted to use me. I hope that with time all this noise will go away and I will be able to focus on myself more freely. Having a pretty face doesn't always mean a pretty life.
Some call me a pick-me. I disagree. A collector chose me, and I'm proud of it. Initially, I was meant to be just a body used for someone else, but my extraordinary beauty eventually grew on our owner. Now, I appear in a lot of videos. I stand out, and because of that, I'm controversial. Am I becoming a favorite? I hope so. I also meet a lot of new Kens, which makes other dolls jealous. Despite this, I'm still single, though I have my eye on a few interesting newcomers.
I'm the only Integrity Toys doll. Thanks to that, I became very popular. Unfortunately, I also had one problem, my shoes. I arrived in flip-flops, unable to fit into Ken's shoes. They searched for shoes for me, but to no avail. Then came the terrible day when another shoe company failed. Then they arrived. Sharp and unbeatable by plastic. The scissors cut off my toes. It was a traumatic event. Although I now fit into the shoes, my quality has dropped dramatically, so I'm unlikely to be sold for another collection. Now I'll never wear my beloved flip-flops again. It's a terrible price I had to pay to still be in my new home.
I'm famous not only for being at the origin of the collection, but also for my romantic conquests, or rather, the sheer number of them. My longest relationship was with Blue. I was really happy then, but we both went in different directions. Later, I tried to fill that hole with Philip, which wasn't fair to him. Eventually, I abandoned him too, seeking happiness. When Eric arrived, he was new and looked like a prince with a wide smile, but he didn't last long either. Then came Ryan, and after him, a brief romance with another Ryan. I also flirted with Marcus, and maybe something would have come of it, but he was friends with my ex, Philip. It all started to get overwhelming, especially when Blue found her second love after a long time. Maybe it was jealousy, maybe acceptance, but I've given up on dating for now. I focused on being a doll influencer. And so far, another romance hasn't appeared on my radar. Unless I meet someone special.
I've been problematic in the past. I am one of 3 dolls that the owner of the collection received when she was a child, and boom, she wanted to move me to the current collection. I got a great new body. Made to move. I could do more than before and I used it. I've been sticking close to my bestie since the basement, where we were kept along with other toys, or rather what was left of them. Bianca didn't stop me from starting a conflict with the other dolls. They considered themselves the first, even though we had been there practically forever. I may have become an influencer and I may have started drama or two. My reputation was quite damaging, but I was widely known. I kept seeing injustice somewhere and I wasn't afraid to speak up about it. I fought and fought, but for what? It was enough to talk, not to think about the meaningless title. The constant storm of emotions inside me prevented me from enjoying the moment. What good was success if even Bianca had distanced herself from me? It all passed thanks to Jake. He helped me find peace, but he didn't kill the passion within me. I still create content about dramas and speak without hesitation. But I know that when I step away from the camera, I'll be greeted by his warmth. I fell in love with him, and he stood by me through the most difficult moments. This is our story, which has resulted in 3 silicone babies. I've talked too much and there are still so many people who want to introduce themselves to you, so forgive me for that.
Hey Race Ryan, the first one in the collection.
It's incredibly frustrating that there are two of us with the same name, and the other one is so proud and stuck up that he won't change it. I'm considering changing mine. Maybe you have some suggestions. A little about me. I can be a charmer. I've had a few crushes, unfortunately, not for lasting reasons. I like freedom, what can I do? And I also like meeting new dolls. Every such encounter is an opportunity for something special.
A fashion star, a stylist for the elite, and those with the longest careers in the collection, and I consider myself a member of both groups. I'm not modest. I like bling. I like beauty and perfection. That's probably why I'm single. I tried with Sammy, but that's a different story. Let's just say my dear cousin Gabby's conquests distract me from my romantic fantasies. I wouldn't want to end up with someone my family has been with. I have my own beauty salon and a few employees who give me a headache, but the days of hanging out with my friends are over, so I have clients and young people to take care of. I don't like self-confidence, only deadlines in my calendar, so I hope I'll find someone worth hiring to help me. I'm not afraid of competition, the Antonio brand is solid and reliable. So, we invite you to try our many services. We offer clothing styling, nail styling, hairdressing, and tattooing.
I'm a DJ. I love my job. Dancing, music, and nightlife. My name is Grace. Although my name doesn't always fit, I'm not exactly graceful in the morning. I sleep late and work at night. It can be tiring, but I manage. I've heard a few times that my body could be gifted to someone else, but my incredibly soft hair has kept me going this far. I'm waiting for my transformation to secure a spot among the permanent crew. Or maybe I already have it. It's a shame there's no way to find out.
I'm a relatively new doll in my collection compared to others, but I've been on Dream Doll list for a long time. I adapted quickly. I gave up sports and focused on modeling and collecting handbags. They're my weakness. And you can never have enough shoes. But everyone in this collection already knows that. We all share clothes, shoes, and accessories, but I won't give up my shoes, and I might have something to do with the handbags that disappear from the shared closet. They're hard to resist.
Hey, it's Minji. I was in the first video the channel posted. I don't remember seeing you after since, which is a shame. I'm a dancer and I also love photography. I have an artistic side, and maybe that's what attracted me to my partner, Caleb. I'm friends with Shinie, but we're both introverts and don't have much time or energy to spend together. Besides, I love silence, calming music, and the rustle of pages my partner turns as he reads. I also enjoy gardening and dream of having a little corner like that in my dollhouse. Maybe I can convince our collector to make something like that?
I was the Beauty from Beauty and the Beast in 1999. Let's just say I'm getting older. This transformation here, cutting off my tangled hair from years of neglect, putting on comfortable clothes was a welcome change. I was given the name Bella Rose, which reminds me of old times and makes me smile. I'm a huge fan of old Disney. Mickey Mouse, Cinderella, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, and more. If I could, I would like to request more items from their franchise, but I don't know if it will work. Here I live a quiet life. A writer like my closest friend Teresa. I've already written beautiful fairy tales filled with magic, friendship, and love. I've already found my Prince Charming, although we don't announce our relationship out loud and avoid drama and attention. Maybe you can guess who he is? Howdy. I'm totally new here. My name is Candy. I already have a lot of friends here. I get along with everyone. Plus I have a sister, you know? She's totally adorable. Sometimes I feel like squashing her too hard. I am very positive and like to help. After all, that's the best way to get to know people. Zipping someone up. Helping them find a lost shoe. This happens far too often here. If you're looking for me, you'll spot me pretty quickly. I try to cover myself in pink. Yes, it's my favorite color and I won't hide it. Do you think they do colorful tattoos? Just kidding, I'm only interested in pink. So, do you think they have something for me?
Hi, Kat here. I'm incredibly excited. You see, I'm one of the oldest toys our collector owns. I belong to her mom and aunt, and later to her. Now she's given me a new body so I can enjoy new clothes. And even better, watch out. I'm getting a makeover. I can't wait. Wish me luck.
Hello, my name is Teresa, and I'm one of the newer members of this collection. I've found my purpose here as a writer, filling pages with thoughts, stories, and whispers of imagination. There is, however, a small flaw in my joy. The body I was given is covered in tattoos. They feel heavy, like someone else's story etched onto me, and they don't quite reflect who I am inside. I dream of the day I'll have a body that feels truly mine, but until then, I will keep writing because words are the truest skin I could ever wear.
Hey there, I'm Tommy. I'm not one of those fancy collector's dolls. I'm an older maid to move, built tough and bendy, and proud of it. While the others pose prettily on the shelf, Jameson, that's my boyfriend, and I are the ones who crawl into the paint splatters, dodge glue spills, and brave the sharp tools. Somebody's gotta do the dirty work, right? And honestly, we kind of love it. We're the special mission dolls. Of course, we're not all action and no sparkle. One of the best moments of my life was getting jewelry. It was like, bam, suddenly I didn't just feel useful, I felt gorgeous. Turns out, even a task force doll likes a little shine. Oh, and don't worry, we've got full access to the wardrobe. So yes, I can take on a glue trap in style.
Hello, my name is Maggie. I was once a Coca-Cola doll from 1997, and over the years I've been given a second chance at life. My new curvy body has allowed me to feel more like myself, and here in this collection I've truly found my place, as a singer. Music is where I belong. It lets me pour my heart out in a way words alone never could. Before I arrived here, someone gave me pretty streaks in my hair. That little change transformed me, as if it awakened a spark I didn't know I had. But it was here, among the others, that I was truly reborn. I've become calm, balanced, and deeply grateful for the harmony I've found in this new chapter of my story.
Hi, I'm Monique. I've already lived through 2 made-to-move bodies, and once upon a time I was part of the popular dolls. But I stepped away from all that toxic spotlight. It just wasn't for me. Now I run my own boutique, and I'm focused on building something real. I'm ready for the challenges ahead, and I know they'll only make me stronger. Hi, I'm Sierra. I'm from the newer Barbie Basics line, with a made-to-move body that lets me join in on just about anything. What I love most? Watching videos about building dollhouses. There's something magical about seeing tiny walls go up, little pieces of furniture falling into place, and whole miniature worlds coming alive. Here in the collection, I get to take part in the design of the dollhouse our collector is creating for us. Helping with the decor, imagining cozy corners and stylish rooms, it makes me feel like I'm building not just a house, but a home for all of us.
Hello, I'm Jane. For a long time, I was passed over. My face was too common, too popular, and I never quite matched the taste of the collector. Each rejection made me wonder if I would ever truly belong. Now I finally have a place here in the collection, but I don't feel completely secure in it. It's as if I'm standing on borrowed ground, unsure how long it will hold me. I've also seen what happened to others before me. Some dolls lost their bodies forever, their heads and souls ending up elsewhere. It happened to the very first Mickey, and to Sarah, though we cannot really speak of her. Their absence is a quiet ache, a reminder of how fragile our place here can be.
Life's a party, and I'm here to prove it. I absolutely adore my plastic life. It's bright, fun, and full of energy. Unlike Teresa, I love my tattooed body. The ink gave me a kind of freshness, like a bold new chapter written across my skin. I'm a flirt, no point hiding it. I love chasing after the Kens, teasing, laughing, and keeping things light. For me, it's all about fun, freedom, and never taking myself too seriously. After all, what's the point of being a doll if you can't enjoy every sparkly, wild, unforgettable moment?
Hey, I'm Stefa. I'm the hairstylist at Antonio's beauty salon. The man himself is pretty famous, so my clients often come from the elite doll crowd. I love working alongside my coworkers. We make a great team. But when the salon closes and the lights go down, that's when I really come alive. I hit the clubs to unwind, dance, and have fun. Serious relationships? Not my thing right now. Maybe I just haven't met someone special yet. Until then, I'm all about the night and the good vibes.
I'm Luna. As the 4th Barbie basic doll in this exclusive collection of 5, I bring style and sophistication wherever I go. I am a focused businesswoman, driven by ambition and a clear vision. My goal is to build a lasting fashion empire, one that combines innovation with elegance. I approach every challenge with professionalism and grace, ready to make a meaningful impact in the world of style. I also want to style the dolls here, helping each of them discover the unique potential they carry within. It's not just about fashion, it's about empowering them to shine in their own way.
Hey, Yuma here. I'm a hybrid doll. My head comes from the viral mermaid doll, but I've got a made-to-move body that lets me dance and perform like no other. I'm a K-pop star at heart, and I absolutely love being on stage, lighting up every moment with my moves and energy. I met my girlfriend Blue here, and she's my biggest inspiration. She's a musician too, but focuses on writing songs, while I bring them to life with our performances. Together, we make an amazing duo. I'm obsessed with visual effects, lights, sparkles, anything that makes a show unforgettable. When I'm performing, it's not just music, it's a whole experience.
My name is Anna. I'm a model, actress, and a fashion doll with a hand-painted face and real lashes, and I wear a red wig that I can take off and swap for another whenever I want. I know my worth and I'm proud of what I bring to this collection. Right now, I'm on a journey to find my own unique style, something that truly reflects who I am. What really irritates me are those stuck-up dolls who poke their noses into my business and try to befriend me just for my prestige. I'm not here for shallow connections. I want genuine respect and real friendships.
Hi, I'm Hope. Like Anna, I come from the same artist and traveled all the way from the States to Poland. What really bothers me is how the dolls here are divided between those who've been in the collection for years, the rare elite, the common hybrids with newer bodies, the older head editions who see themselves as vintage, and the one-of-a-kind customs. It feels like there are invisible walls between us. I believe everyone should feel like part of the whole. There's no need to build walls or put ourselves into separate boxes. We're all dolls, after all, each with our own story, and each deserving respect and belonging.
I got a name, Liam. You might recognize me from Barbie, the movie, not the leading kin, but I was there. Sometimes, I wish I were more recognized, more noticed. Not having a made-to-move body feels like being stuck, limited in how I can express myself. But I'm hopeful. I'm looking for my moment to shine, to show who I really am beneath the plastic surface. And yeah, I'm searching for someone special, someone to share more than just the spotlight. Love isn't just a story for others, it's something I want too.
I'm Pixie. I was created as a custom e-girl, with the sharp eyeliner and edgy vibe to match. At first, I wasn't even meant to exist, I was just supposed to be a body for another doll. But instead, I got my own chance. And now, here I am, the freshest face in the whole collection. Being the newest is strange. Everyone else already has their story, their friendships, their rivalries. I'm still figuring out where I fit in. Sometimes I feel like I'm being watched, like everyone's curious to see what I'll become. It's exciting, but also a little intimidating. I've heard the rumors about the monster high dolls living downstairs, and honestly, sneaking off to meet them sounds way more fun than sitting around trying to impress the others. Curiosity's kind of my thing. And then there's this whole shared wardrobe situation. I mean, dolls don't sweat, sure, but all of us swapping outfits. Really? Call me dramatic, but I'm not convinced that's hygienic. Maybe I'll just keep a few things to myself.